Hello everybody, it's Rashida of Skillfully Sculpted, and I'm so excited to be bringing you this video on behalf of a request from Kirsten. So she contacted me in regards to putting together a video that showcased a few exercises that are very beneficial for those who are looking to work their midsection. And I was more than delighted to put some things together that featured a few moves as well as a few pieces of advice that I found to be very beneficial. So one of the key things that I hope you all take from this video is that when you're looking to work your core, you want to be sure that you're not ignoring the other aspects of your midsection that many people don't think about. So when you're thinking about getting a six-pack or a four-pack that most people visualize, you tend to focus mostly on just the rectus abdominis, which is the front part of your abdomen. So doing a lot of sit-ups and crunches and things of that nature. Now, of course, you don't want to leave out your rectus abdominis, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the other areas that help to give you a strong core. So for this video, the muscle groups that I'm going to focus on include the rectus abdominis, your internal and external obliques, your transverse abdominis, and your erector spinae, which is in your back. So these moves are very beneficial, again, for making sure that your midsection is not only toned and sexy, but at the same time is also very strong and will help you when you're performing regular daily activities. It'll help to improve your posture, it'll help your balance and your coordination, and it'll also help you when you're performing other exercises because your core definitely plays a big part in making sure that you execute your exercises correctly. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I have about 7 exercises I'm going to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoy them. So we're going to go ahead and get into the exercises. So I have about 7 really good exercises that are definitely good for hitting all of your different core muscles and ensuring that you're not focusing on just one and ignoring the rest of them. So we're going to go ahead and do most of them, or excuse me, all of them down on the mat, and we're going to be doing some where we are facing the mat and then some when we're laying on our back. So I'll go ahead and go through all of them. So the first one is going to be a plank. So this is a very common exercise, and it's actually a very good one for making sure that you not only hit your abs, but also making sure you're hitting your back as well. When you're doing planks, you want to make sure that it is a straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. And you want to make sure that you keep your core engaged. Now you can do forearm planks, or for those who are a little less advanced, you can take it up as though you're about to perform a push-up and hold it right here. So the plank is a good one for making sure that you're engaging not only your core and your back, but you also have to use your hip flexors and the muscles in your legs as well as the muscles in your arm to hold your body up. If you want to make the move a little bit more challenging, you can turn them into jumping jack planks. So while you're right here, you can go ahead and jump your feet out as though you were performing jumping jacks, making sure that you keep the core tight and not let your body go up or sink down into the mat. And another way to make it more challenging is to turn them into leg lifts. So still holding your plank position, you would take one leg up and perform leg lifts, however many you'd like, and then go ahead, same thing, performing it on the other leg, all while you're making sure you're maintaining good form with your plank. The next move I'm going to demonstrate has a couple names to it. I like to call it swimming. Some people call it Superman. You can call it swimming Superman, whichever one you prefer. But this is one that is excellent for the erector spinae, which again is definitely a part of the core, and you want to make sure you're engaging it. Having a strong back and definitely a strong erector spinae can definitely help for people who tend to have lower back problems. If you're someone who tends to slouch or if you sit all day long, that can certainly be an issue that can come up. So making sure you strengthen that part of your body is definitely very beneficial. So for swimming or Superman, whichever one, you're going to go ahead and bring the arms and legs up and flutter them together. Now the higher you can lift those legs and the higher you can curve your lower back to lift your arms, the more you're going to feel it and the more you're going to work it. For those who aren't as advanced, you can start simply by taking the legs up and swimming, or you can start by simply doing, I guess you could say, reverse crunches in a way. Turned around, you would come up and down. So really arching the back in a nice controlled movement. You can also hold weights, which is definitely going to make it a bit harder because you're adding that resistance. So if you had a medicine ball or some dumbbells, and you can hold them as you do it, or you can take them up into single movements if you are holding a weight. Again, very good for strengthening the lower back, and as you get stronger, you'll notice that you can lift up higher and higher, and you can also go to where you hold it. or even pulse. Small pulses in that position. So very good for hitting that area of the body. So the next exercise would be an opposite arm to leg crunch while you're on all fours. So for here, I'm going to go ahead and take my left arm up and my right leg up, and you would extend them, trying to make sure that you maintain that balance. So here, you want to make sure that your core is engaged. You want to make sure that you're not arched, but then at the same time your back isn't curved, and maintain that nice neutral position. So for here, you would go ahead and bring the elbow into the knee in the center, and then extend back out. Now when you extend, you want to really lift that arm, and you also want to make sure you lift that butt. So you'll feel it in your glutes as well, and you'll also feel it in your lower back, working your erector spinae, which is also a part of working your core. And to make it a bit more challenging, you could even hold on to weights as well, and that would allow you to hit your shoulders and work your back along with hitting your core, your butt, and your erector spinae. So it's definitely a really good exercise to include. And you would do your desired amount of reps and then switch to the other side. The next exercise is a combination of a plank and a push-up, just a little bit, and you would alternate between the two. So you would start in push-up position, and then from here you would go ahead and lower down into a plank, and then just alternate and push back up. So this is definitely one that's challenging because you have to make sure you engage all of your arm strength to make sure that you control the movement, and you also have to make sure that your core remains engaged the whole time. As you go down, hold it, and push right back up. You'll definitely feel it in your shoulders, your arms, your core, everywhere. So that's definitely a good one to do. The next one, you're going to go ahead and take it onto your side. So again, you want to make sure you're hitting your obliques as well. So this next exercise is going to hit that specifically. And these are titled hip ups. So you go ahead and bring it down, resting on one side. You want to make sure that you're not falling to one side and you're not tilted back, but you want to make sure that your body is maintained in a nice position. And with your other hand, you can take it on your hips, you can rest it on the side, whichever is easiest for you. And from here, you would literally push your hip up into the air using your oblique muscles to help you control that movement. So from here, you would go ahead and push up, making sure that you're holding that strength on the other arm, coming into that side plank, and then bring it down. And again, take the hips up and down. So you'll notice you certainly feel it in your oblique muscles as you go throughout the movement, and you would perform your desired amount of reps, and then switch and do it on the other side. So those are hip ups. So the next exercise is a vertical leg crunch, and I'm going to show you a variety of modifications that you can do for this one so that you can make sure again that you're hitting your obliques, make sure you're hitting your transverse abdominis, your rectus abdominis, and your your erector spinae all at the same time. So you're going to go ahead and take it down onto your back and take both feet up into the air. And for here, you would reach up and aim to touch your toes. So you really want to crunch as if your goal really is to hit the top of your shoes. And you would crunch as so. From here, you can go ahead and take one leg down, but don't rest it all the way on the ground. You would have it slightly elevated, maybe about 2 or 3 inches off of the ground. You're definitely going to feel your lower abs working. And from here, you will go ahead and crunch up to touch the toe of the leg that you have above head. You would do your desired amount of reps and then switch, taking the other leg just above the ground. The other leg is now above head, and go ahead and reach and crunch for your toes. And then you would perform your desired amount of reps there. Now you can also turn it into a twist as well. So this is similar to jackknife crunches. You would start with your arms extended behind head, and you would reach one arm to the opposite leg, twisting. So from here, we're going to take the right arm to the left leg. You would go ahead and crunch up, and bring it down, and now switch. And down, and switch. And you would keep going, really crossing past that leg as you come up, and keep alternating throughout the movement. So this is certainly going to help you to hit your transverse abdominis, which again is the deepest muscle in your core, which is what helps to keep your waist tight and really is what holds all the muscles together. So you want to make sure you're working that so that everything can flow and work well when it comes down to working your core. The next exercise is definitely one that is one of the most effective and these are bicycle crunches. So I'm sure everyone's seen them, but I want to make sure I include them so you guys can see the proper way to perform them, and also ways that you can make them a bit more challenging. So coming back onto laying onto our backs, and we're going to go ahead and perform bicycles. So with these, you don't want to speed through bicycles. A lot of times people just kind of go and you're not getting the full effect for them. So when doing them, you want to make sure that you pull your shoulders off of the ground and really extend the leg out. And the lower you take that leg, the more you're going to feel your lower abs working. So that's what you want your aim to be, is to bring that leg straight out and as close to the ground as possible. And then really cross, bringing that elbow all the way to the knee. And then go ahead, switch. Same thing on the other side. A way to make it a bit more challenging is to add a crunch in between each bicycle cross. So you could go ahead and take it here, crunch, crunch, twist, crunch, twist, crunch. And you can keep moving through that, counting each side, crunch, and other side as one, and keep going through it, and go to as many reps as you would like to do. And that's definitely a wonderful exercise to do, bicycle crunches, definitely at the top of the list, and I would recommend anyone looking to work that area to make sure that bicycle crunches are a staple in your routine. So those are all the moves I had for you guys. Hopefully you found them to be beneficial, and maybe you'll think about taking a few of them and adding them into your workout regimen. Now before we go ahead and take the video to a close, I want to be sure I leave you with a few other pieces of advice that are going to help for those of you looking to work that area. Now you definitely want to make sure that you are eating a well-rounded, healthy diet. So this means one that limits the amount of saturated fat, limits processed foods and foods that are high in sugar, includes a lot of water, make sure you're eating breakfast in the morning, and eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, as well as small balanced meals throughout the day. You also want to be sure that your workout routine includes a good amount of cardio. So you can do all the sit-ups, planks, crunches, bicycles, and all of those things that you want. But if you have that excess fat around your midsection, then you're not going to be able to see all the hard work that you're putting in. So cardio is certainly going to help to speed up that process and allow you to see your results at a faster pace. You also want to be sure that you're limiting the amount of stress that's in your life, making sure that you find peace and balance throughout all the chaos that can certainly happen in everybody's life, and making sure that you're getting good sleep at night. And overall, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your total body and watching your health as a whole, because that certainly helps with keeping you healthy from top to bottom and inside and out. So these exercises, again, are not going to only help with your midsection, but they're going to help you with your exercises that you're doing. It's going to help you with balance and coordination, with your posture, and just help to improve your overall quality of life. So definitely make sure that when you're looking to work your core, you work it as a unit and not just one single muscle group here and there. So again, this has been Rashida Marshall of Skillfully Sculpted. I hope that you guys have taken some things from this video, and I do hope to come back and share more tips with you guys and help to shape you guys into your best selves.